Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be playing around with a really quick art journal page using some really simple techniques. So we're starting off in my art journal. I'm just sealing the page with some gel medium. This is because I'm working in the black journal with a thinner cotton paper, and the materials I'm using, the gloss inks, Dina Wakley gloss inks, will seep through the page. So I need to seal my page to begin with. Now I didn't do a brilliant job in sealing this page with the gel medium, and it really didn't dry long enough, but that's okay. It still gave me the effect I wanted. So I'm going back to use this older stamp set, which is Fly Free, I think, and I'm popping all the birds on the page. And I really like the arrangement that was on the guide that the stamps come on. So that's what I copied. Once I stamped them out, they weren't brilliant impressions, and that's okay because I'm going to double stamp these. But what I wanted to do is stamp them out so I knew where to put my ink, and then I was going to make these sort of trails across, sort of like these birds are bringing their own colours with them. Now when I sprayed on the water, it kind of came out the front too, which wasn't what I was wanting. I sort of wanted a more sweep back, but I'll show you how I fixed that up at the end. So again, when I'm doing this, I'm putting on the water and sort of tipping my book so it sort of flows backward and wiping away most of the excess that comes out the front. So the good thing about using these gloss inks, or Dina Wakley gloss sprays, but they come with these droppers, is that once it's dry, it's permanent. So you can get these beautiful sort of watercolory effects, but it's permanent on your page. It's not going to shift afterwards. So from the top to the bottom, I have used mustard, tangelo, raspberry, malachite, and sapphire down the bottom. So apart from the tangelo, the other four are brand new releases being released this week. Absolutely gorgeous, match the new paints that came out as well. Really, really handy to sort of have the full complement of things to go with it. But I really love putting tangelo with these colours because it just matches the intensity of them. So if you haven't tried tangelo with the new paint colours, have a go with doing that. So once I've finished, I've just used some gesso and I'm painting out the edges of where I had that sort of bleed through, and you can see I've got a sort of crisper, cleaner page than I had before. So there's two ways that I really love using overstamping, and the first is obviously so I've got an idea of where things are going to go so I can get that colour in the background. The second is to add additional colour to my stamp without being particular. So as you will probably aware, I don't colour in my stamps very often, and when I do, this is what I tend to do. I stamp it out, I colour over the whole top of it, and then I re-stamp it so I've got the black lines over the top. I've used a chrome pen to do this, which means because it's slightly shiny and slightly, it's a slippy surface with the oil-based ink, you're not going to get such a crisp impression, but you can see it's coming up pretty well. The thing I love about the Dina Wakley stamps from Stampers Anonymous is they're really closely cut, so I don't need a stamp position or anything. I can sort of just line up the shape and you're pretty much spot on. So it's really, really easy to overstamp with these stamps. So you can sort of see now I've got I haven't lost all that detail. I've gone in and added to it. Just to add a little bit more darkness and shadow to it, I'm going in with the Cocoa, which is another new colour in the range, and just adding some shadowy highlights onto my birds, just to give them a little more richness. This also helps to define some of those edges again that might have got a little bit lost. And you can see how it's pushing it out from the page to get a really crisp image. I'm just using a really, really fine brush. And you don't need to use much ink at all, very, very little. Once I've finished, I then wanted to just put a little bit more solid colour in, so I'm sort of taking my cues from the back of the stamp, so they've got little sort of spots of black where it's just like the ink falling off it, and I'm going in with the matching acrylic inks in the dropper and dropping it onto the page, which I really loved the effect of. When I'd finished, because I hadn't used any of the purple on the page, I decided I was going to do a final sort of spritz with the purple over the entire page, which I really liked. I'm just trying to find my fan brush. I find I get not a more even splatter, but more regular, I suppose. It doesn't really make sense because it's still all completely random, but yeah, you get the idea. So I am using a paintbrush to paint on my quote, which again isn't something I would usually do, but I really love that I could have this colour, and it's so easy with the acrylic inks to sort of paint it on. If you've got a dip pen, you can use those with them. Just make sure you wash it straight away because it is acrylic paint and it will dry permanently on glass, on plastics, on anything, so just be aware. So once I finish doing my quote, I've just done a little bit of a spritz over the top. You can see one bird copped it more than the others, so I just sponged the wet ink off the bird, and this is my finished page. Really super quick, super easy, and so much fun. So if you haven't had a try at doing overstamping on a piece, I'd really suggest that you have a go, because it's just such an easy way to get things coloured in really quickly on your pages. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.